time it is. Your boy Matt Mason, the host for the most. Never need to brag no more. All we ever did was give a toast to the real folks. We done paved the way in a real way for us players to play. And parlay this game for y'all today. I got my right hand with me, as usual.
Yeah,
WY building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We already know. We out here. Large and in charge.
Lot more out there.
Macking and stacking, cooling and wooling. Let's get it in. You already know. Drake goes off and reacts to NLUs. Not like us. Yo, team. Is this a new area? Like, I don't know. It's a weird paradigm right now. I'm like,
up a whole.
I try to figure this shit out like trigonometry. Like this, okay, I put this here, put that there. You know what I'm saying?
Bag, just all that. What's going on?
It's like, God damn it. What's really good? What's really good though? Going after the reactors. So niggas here, two niggas go at it. You hear one song, you know. You're like, yo, I kind of like this bop. You know? Kind of aligns to what's going on, the current climate of the country, and you know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Drake. I don't like that shit. Like the nigga from Virginia that was eating the banana when Method Man was coming through. I rode Dolo from state to state. What was his name again? He from Nebraska? Something like that. But it's crazy. It's crazy. So most of the reactors, they say, were black. But pretty much all of them, they went after. What do you think that's about? Kind of weird.
Oh boy. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm in the same boat as you. You know, it's weird. To me, it's weird. Like, you're not getting nowhere with the lawsuit against UMG, so you're gonna go after the smaller guys, or I don't know if that's the angle or whatever, or like he's just, to me, he's reaching right now. You know, he's just doing the most. But again, that doesn't make no sense because like the streamers and the bloggers are doing what they're supposed to do, you know.
But there was an artist that had put out a post. What did she say? She said something the likes of, if you're going for negotiating $1 billion contract, and you put out a song to defame you and call you a pedophile and to lower your value, then I would sue too, you know?
Yeah.
Which I understand it from that perspective. But let's be
Right.
honest. What the hell does that have to do with reactors reacting to a song?
Right.
You know? It's kind of like you want to punish the people for
Doing what they're supposed to do.
because if it was in his favor, like the last battle he had, or the one
Who
with
the response?
then I'm pretty sure like, there's a bunch of bloggers and everything back then that were going in on homeboy, what's his name? Meek Mill.
Yeah, Meek Mill is getting the same type of treatment.
You know?
Yeah.
Mind you, he didn't say nothing about no PDF file. But you know, it's a touchy subject, right? Because I don't think that's nothing to joke around with, you know?
Right. At the same time. Yeah. It's true though. And I feel like that's the thought
So what's
process behind Big Smooth too, right? Like, yo, it's a sensitive time in the world. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that kind of stuff getting exposed out there. And like you said, it's a sensitive thing and it's nothing to joke around with. Because yeah, people you know, there's a lot of young people that are going through it. So with that being said,
but
I get that aspect of it for
domestic
sure.
violence ain't nothing to joke around with too, you know?
Right.
Domestic violence ain't nothing to joke around with. Uh, Extramarital affairs ain't nothing to joke around with. Well,
I feel like
stuff.
that's more normal. More okay, maybe not norm. It is kind of normal, but
It's less frowned upon.
yeah, like because it's
Okay.
it's it's a regular thing, you know, like it happens regularly. Unfortunate, but like truth, the truth is, it happens a lot, you know, and it's not illegal, and you're not necessarily dealing with uh younger younger human beings. You know what I mean? So it's like okay, they're both adults. They could manage through this. Or when you're talking about young people, it's a different, you know,
Mm,
it's a little
yeah,
sensitive. But
true. Very true.
it's a sensitive topic. So at the end of the day, I
Mm.
get the seriousness of it, but like again, as a rapper in a
It's kind of like, oh no,
as a rapper in a battle situation, you know, you gotta have thick skin. You can't just be known for battling artists, and then when one artist comes with some battle raps, because that's what it was. It was a battle rap song, you know, and they expose something that may or may not be true, or they use something that may or may not be true to defend themselves in the battle. Like it's like
Drake don't have no charges or nothing like that on his jacket, but they're saying that the IG stuff, friending girls on IG, and this and that, and the other. But these are public platforms, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like you're hiding behind anything to like, you know. You don't have that jacket. Not that I know of.
Right. But again, it is kind of messed up being like
They're
what
gonna do
we
a
were saying.
Super Bowl
Homegirl was saying how
halftime show.
if you had $1 billion deal on the line and then that got taken off because of those lyrics, that is messed up, you know. And the fact
That's what I'm
that
saying, you know?
people are looking at him and taking
Like
whatever.
how far does slander go? Where does slander, you know?
Yeah, you know, like people are taking the slander for like real life situation and treating him as such.
Well, he said he
Like,
had to move his family and all that, you know?
yeah,
So that that's a big part to play, you know?
mm-hmm.
You gotta move your family because you fear for your safety. On the accounts of people saying that about you.
Yeah, I guess yeah, that is a lot. I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot. If you like,
And then I feel like he wants to tie in the whole shooting thing.
yeah.
So it's a lot still, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true though. You see, the thing is, us as like regular people, we don't really understand the magnitude of being a superstar rapper like that. You know, it's like the whole world is screaming your name, whether it be for something good or something bad. But that's you against the whole world if it's something bad. You know
Right.
what I mean? So that's that's some heavy weight to follow or push or you know what I mean? Deal with. So like we don't know. We
I
don't
don't
know
know.
the we don't understand how much uh how much pushback he's getting for that. You know, we don't understand it. But
Exactly.
we could sit here and be like, oh, come on, be strong, be more, have thicker skin than that, buddy. What are you suing them for? But we don't know the backlash of it. You know, no, it's just something to think about too. Can't really just
That's true. No, you're absolutely right. You know, you're
the whole
absolutely right.
picture that the whole world is looking at you like you're you know what I mean? You're that,
Ain't nothing to play with, bro.
and you just gotta grin and bear it
Hmm.
and act like it don't affect you.
Wow.
Whenever picture, not to laugh at the situation or nothing, because no laughing matter. But at the
There's $1
same time,
billion in the mix. You know what I'm saying? $1 billion or close to $1 billion.
just imagine everywhere Drake goes, somebody pops out the bush and says, "A minor."
Oh man, no, that's messed up for real though. Think
You know
about
what I'm saying? Everywhere this guy goes, somebody's popping out with that and just throwing that in his face every chance they get. Like it's rough.
diabolical.
It's rough. I just thought about that. all your.
You know what's crazy though? I went back and listened to that Family Matters track. It's not bad though, it's still, you know.
Right.
There's a bounce to it. But, like, you know what messed him up when you say, "Oh, you rap like you're trying to free the slaves." Can't be doing that.
Right. That too.
I'm black. You like you Jewish.
For that, dog. You can't be doing that. You're too light skinned.
I think I got face. It's like I'm trying to, like, you know.
You know what I'm saying? You know you
Trying
have
to
a house.
come alive, but yo, bro, you gotta come. You gotta fix up, man. You gotta come correct.
Different angle. You know when you're in a rap battle and man's just say like whatever they can because they don't have nothing to say. They're like, fuck, you got me there. What can I say? Might not necessarily mean it, but that's like his only line of defense. Like fuck, I gotta say something. What can I say?
Yeah.
In the hopes that it'll do something, but really it just made it worse. It's one of those. Too light skinned to be talking them slave talks, bro. You're a house nigga for sure.
It's like, bro, that's wild cocky to say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Rap like you're trying to free the slaves. The slaves try to get away through the Underground Railroad and make their way up to Canada to Nova Scotia to get away from slavery. You can't say that. Where's the niggas around him, dog? You can't say that.
You ain't got no Scotian niggas around him. For sure not. Would have said something like, yo, bro, that ain't working. Don't do that. I don't know for them. For those man them over there don't have no sense of history or you know what I mean, like real history, facts, history. Man them don't have no sense of history. They think say like, yo, history is the last 10 years. Everything else is ancient times. Like, no. We're still young. We're still young in this world. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't ever get that twisted. Like you're gonna just act like certain things never happen. And there's still places in the States where black folks are victimized because of their, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, as if it was.
I bet you they still have sundown towns, bro. I bet you.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, like.
So that's why deep in the South, nah. Brothers ain't playing that deep in the South, dog. It's too close to home. You can't be. He would have got regulated fast.
Fast, right?
You know what I mean?
With speed.
With a quickness and a swiftness. You think them South brothers are slow? Nah. They'll deal with your case quick.
That's it, you know.
Snap of a finger, you get regulated around certain instances.
That's why Drake, he really shot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, he'll redeem himself. And then he came with the AI shit. That recreated AI Tupac shit was not it. You know? But he came with it on Family Matters, you know?
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. And then not like us just hit it out the park because it was culturally relevant, you know?
Yeah.
Not only that, it's a good track, you know? But the whole pet PDF file thing. I'm like, you remember when during the battle they're like, oh, look. Isn't Kendrick worried about him suing? Well, if it's true, if it wasn't true, he would have sued Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Remember people were saying that at a point?
Yeah.
So now fast forward 6 months later, he's suing like what you want the man to do. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I think it has to do with all this Puffy and Drake shit too, Jay-Z shit. You know? They're on a level where they're like, yeah. Maybe it's some superstar beef. I don't know.
You know what it is too? It's the
Look,
States.
Jay-Z's got.
The States is a different monster. Like they get away with suing certain
Well, it's
companies.
like, but it's like, yeah, that's true. They do. The whole Me Too movement and everything like that. It's,
Yeah, they do a lot of what do you call it? Democracy type system. Have a lot of that. So people get sued left, right, and center, right? So it's like people, companies, organizations, somebody's always taking an L. You know what I mean? Due to some misconduct, some kind of misconduct. So it's a real fight out there, man. When you're on those levels, like yo, you could Drake is rich, so I don't want to say you could come up, but like you could do some damage in the right instances, you know. But I don't know. I feel like that could have a bad effect in the long term on on him, because Lord knows he has backative, he has certain type of backative, but I feel like when things hit the fan, all that backative is gonna disappear in the wind. You know what I'm saying? If okay, so it's the man against the machine right now, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, and the man looks like he has a chance. But if the machine really decides to say, you know what, we got to show them exactly why we are the machine, you know, and certain things just accidentally happen, air quotations, then all that backup that the man has is gonna fly in the wind because they realize they might have ruffled the wrong feathers. If you understand what I'm trying to say, you know, you go against the grain too much, you cut yourself. You know what I'm saying? You end up bleeding. You end up bloody. So this is why
That's what I'm saying. You know, if he's
it's a
doing okay, so now he's sacrificing himself.
yeah,
If
yeah,
he's doing it for the good of the people, then maybe he learned the error of his ways. If not, then he's just gonna stumble and fall on his face, man. But let's check out this video real quick right here.
yeah.
Let's see what we can get out of it.
Man's gonna bust
Welcome back to my channel, mother suckers. Hey, I am Eloho, and girl, Drizzy Drake is spiraling. Like, what's going on? Y'all, Drake filed a defamation lawsuit against his music label UMG, alleging that the company promoted Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, which contains allegedly false and harmful allegations against him. Drake claims that UMG's actions have incited violence against him and damaged his reputation. Like, boy, this is hip hop. Y'all, according to TMZ, Drake filed the defamation case on Wednesday morning in the federal court in New York City, ripping UMG for releasing and promoting Kendrick Lamar's vicious track, Not Like Us. In the docs obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, Drake says that UMG knew fully well Kendrick's lyrics and images in the music video, referring to Drake as P, were false and dangerous. In the suit, he calls Kendrick's hit, filled with inflammatory and shocking allegations, was a gold mine for UMG, and he says that they had an ulterior financial motive in promoting it. Drake claims his label was doing everything it could to pump up Not Like Us because it knew it would devalue Drake's music and brand. Very interesting. Y'all, Drake really made hip-hop history. Like, filing a defamation lawsuit after losing a battle, peak Karen behavior, peak. But listen, Aubrey did not stop there, y'all. Aubrey alleges in the lawsuit that UMG promoted and permitted content creators such as Kai Cenat, No Life Shaq, RDC Gaming, and the Carter family to monetize reactions to Not Like Us without enforcing copyright claims. He claims that this lack of enforcement enabled the spread of defamatory content while generating profits for both UMG and the creators, prioritizing revenue over Drake's safety. Now, the people are noticing that he did not include any white streamers or any white content creators, all black male. Very interesting. They're not going to take this lightly. They're going to roast that ass. Listen, Aubrey did not care, right, when he was using those streamers and those YouTubers to push his content against Meek Mill. He didn't care when they were pushing all his other music and reacting to all his other music. So because you lost this battle, and those reactions were genuine because those reactions really were global. Everybody reacted that way. So because they didn't react in his favor, he included them in the lawsuit. Wrong move. Wrong row. And so Universal Music Group released a statement following Drake's defamation claims, and they said not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry to engage in conventionally outrageous back and forth rap battles, to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression and to seek damages from UMG for distributing that artist's music. We have not and do not engage in defamation against any individual. At the same time, we will vigorously defend this litigation to protect our people and our reputation, as well as any artist who might directly or indirectly become a frivolous litigation target for having done nothing more than write a song. Oh, UMG said play with somebody else, Aubrey, because when you were in your rap battles back in the day, we supported you then as well. Okay. Y'all, it just kept getting worse and worse. Y'all, Drake is officially pulling the Jew card. Drake is pulling the Jew card.
What?
Yes, in the lawsuit against UMG, Drake alleges that Kendrick Lamar's diss track Not Like Us contains anti-Semitic content. Specifically, the lawsuit claims that the song refrain Not Like Us alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage, labeling him as not a colleague, but a effing colonizer. How dare you? I'm so disappointed. Like, this can't be Aubrey from Degrassi. Like, Aubrey, you didn't really just use the Jew card after you built your whole career off of Black culture, profiting off of Black culture. I don't remember you profiting off the Jews. And while I do not condone anti-Semitism in any form or racism in any form, let's not act like Drake hasn't been playing both sides. And that's what we say about the biracials, right? They come into black spaces, they take over, they dominate, right? He was the number one superstar or number one hip hop rapper, R&B, whatever category you want to put him in. I mean, he ascended categories. He spent a decade profiting off of Black American culture. Child, he dibbled in the Afro beats, Caribbean culture, and creating music in Black American. I don't understand. So now he's the victim of a racial and culture just because somebody said they not like us. They not like us could have meant a lot of things. Them Canadians not like us. Like, it could have been anything. Why is it anti-Semitic? So because you're biracial, you can profit off of Black culture. You can rely on Black content creators to keep your name hot. You can depend on Blackness to get your creativity and your content. But now you're throwing them under the bus because they didn't side with you in your beef versus Kendrick. Now you're throwing everything away because you remembered, aha, I'm Jewish? That's crazy. Y'all, this literally started because Kendrick out-rapped him. Had he won the battle, there would be no lawsuit. There would be no defamation of character. There would be no, oh, he called me this and he called me that. There would be no calling out streamers and content creators. None of this would be happening had he won that battle. Drake opened a can of worms. I don't think he's ready for it because it's no longer Drake versus UMG or Drake versus Kendrick. Now it's Drake versus who can profit off of Black culture. Now we all know the music industry is shady. One day they lifting you up, the next day, who are you? Has been. So it is possible that UMG doesn't want to pay Drake what they used to pay Drake. And if that's the case, Drake been knew that. Like, Drake been knew, like, all right, they playing with my money. They not trying to pay me. Why use this moment? Right? Why use this moment to say, okay, now I'm going to sue you? You been knew they was trying to play with your money if that's the case. And y'all, this is all alleged. Okay. This is all alleged. But allegedly, he would have been known this. He wouldn't just jump out the window with the Kendrick, right? He would have talked, if those was his people, he would have talked to them. He would have negotiated with them. It would have been easy breezy, easy peasy. Nah, he been feeling away towards UMG, if you ask me. Two things can be true at once. I think maybe possibly they was playing with his money or his contract, and he's highly embarrassed. Like, this is the biggest L in decades. And a last thing a decent human being wants to be called is a P, right? So if those things are not true, I can understand how that's embarrassing, how he's just like, damn, those are all lies. But it's two sides to the coin. Drake also played the game. Drake also made accusations against Kendrick, right? He said things about Kendrick that possibly were or were not true. That's part of the beef. That's part of the battle. But y'all, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Do you think Drake is fighting a valid cause here? Do you think the label could have possibly been promoting Kendrick Lamar's diss so that they can devalue Drake? Or is he being a sore loser and throwing a superstar temper tantrum? Calling out content creators, talking about some him, her. I miss Controller Drake. Also, let me know, what do y'all think about Drake dragging content creators into this legal mess? What do y'all think about Drake playing the race card? Let me know your comments down in the comment section because this has layers upon layers upon layers, and this is going to drag out for some time. Honestly, Drake, you really giving Kendrick a lot of content for the Super Bowl. If Kendrick is as petty as me, this is going to be one hell of a Super Bowl show. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all at the next one. Later.
Yep. Big facts. It's a lot of content right there, man. Exactly. Homegirl had a good perspective right there. It's facts.
She broke that shit down.
You're profiting off of the culture for how many years? you've been involved in battles where, you know, there's defamation of character going on both
Yep.
from both parties.
Yep.
But what now, because you're on the losing end of the battle, like it's a thing now. Like she said, if he would have won the battle, would the response be the same, or like would he just be in his own corner or coming up with some new, maybe dropping some new projects because he did well? So it's like,
Yeah.
man. But to be honest, doing all this is making Drake look real bad, and it's taken away from his stock. His stock is going down for sure. You know, people are not gonna look at him the same. You know, he's supposed to be this hardcore guy. Like a lot of his songs are hardcore.
Biggest cheerleader, DJ Academic. His biggest cheerleader, DJ Academics, don't even believe him, no.
It's not a good look, man. It's not a good look. Even if so
You
now
never know,
let's say the man goes absolutely nowhere with all this with him suing this one and that one. He goes nowhere. He gets nothing. You know, he just has the reputation of trying to sue somebody. What is that gonna do for his music? Man's going downhill.
Say that again?
What is him doing what he's doing gonna do for his career? You know what I mean? Okay, he's trying to sue this one and that one. Let's say the man tries to.
If let's say somehow Drake gets paid off of this, or gets paid out a sum of money.
Yeah.
If it's in the 9-figure range, bro, it's a win, dog. People are just gonna flock back to Drake. That's how it's gonna work.
Oh, he won? Knew it. We knew Drake was a winner. Woo! Love you, Drake.
You're gonna see. It's like, are you really doing this to be a crusader for the artists, the rest of the artists that come into the industry? Or is this for selfish reasons and to clear your name? But I don't know, man, because I think he's looking at everything and he's like, yo, how can these guys call me a PDF? That man, they have all types of jackets. You know?
Yeah.
And the Toronto man boys, huh? Shout out to the battle.
Now lyrics is.
Yeah, for sure.
You see, that's another thing.
And well,
the
Drake.
Say it again.
Now you're supposed to have freedom of speech too, right? So it's touchy. It's a touchy subject anyway.
Yeah, it is a touchy subject, but that's what hip hop's about, man. You know, speaking on things and subjects that you don't really see people speaking on. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts, though.
Versus Kendrick saga continues to take right and left turns, and things keep happening that we really don't see coming. We really don't. Pause, but we just don't see it happening. there was news that came out, I believe, yesterday or the day before yesterday, seeing the time that I'm putting this out, that Drake and UMG and Spotify had settled. It was like they came to some agreement. They had a conversation. The lawsuit stuff was over, and the Drake fans were cheering. Yeah, see, he didn't even go through it. Yeah, they were celebrating. You got to celebrate every little W that you get, and I'm not mad at it. So they were out there cheering on Twitter, right? And then literally maybe 12 hours later, you come to find out he has filed an official lawsuit. Like, this isn't the first one, the pretrial type lawsuit where, I just want all the information I can get so I can sue you. No, this is the actual suit. 81 pages long, apparently. And it is revealing a lot, exposing a lot. Apparently, Drake had to take his son out of daycare because of the song Not Like Us. This is craziness. This is madness, what this is. And I will continue to say what I've been saying. I know you want to hear Act. We'll get to Act. Let me finish yapping and we'll let Act go. Let me finish yapping, okay? I'll say it once and I'm going to say it always. Drake doing all this malarkey, suing UMG, his fucking label, suing Spotify, is worse than J. Cole apologizing. It's just worse. Sorry, Drake fans, it's worse. My GOAT, yeah, he apologized to Kendrick and bowed out of the beat. That's what my GOAT did. But you know what he did after that? He fucking kept rapping his fucking ass off, killing niggas on every verse, every feature he could get his hands on. You know what y'all GOAT did? He went and dropped 100 gigs of behind the scenes footage. Did a few features on some pop records with Gordo and fucking Camila Cabello. Dropped like 9 songs of records I guess he had recorded. I don't know. No Face was cool. Circadian Rhythm was all right. And then after all of that, couldn't get no heat really going. Couldn't get no hit without the help of his label. This man says, you know what? Fuck it. If I can't really drum shit up like I was with them independently, I'm just going to sue them for, I guess, killing his career. I don't know, man. For a man that kept saying he was unbothered during all of this, this nigga seems very much so bothered. But either way, Act showed some disappointment and says this makes Drake look horrible. Let's listen.
Because if you think that UMG, first of all, today was a very important day. Him filing this lawsuit meant that Universal has to commission probably at least $1 million in responding, gathering some type of discovery, because that's what comes really next, filing motions, doing all these show cause motions, setting all, like, probably it's going to be a lot of money. They have obviously an extensive legal team, but now Drake is costing them money in court when he used to make them money on Spotify. That doesn't tell them that when Drake wants to drop his next project or Drake wants anything, that they're going to be like that. They have any incentive to keep promoting Drake's career to make him a bigger star while he's trying to take money outside of the contract from them. It doesn't make sense. So for me as a music fan of Drake, I look at this and say, well, he might as well just tell us prepare for a cold winter, because I don't think we're getting no new music from him. I don't want that. So that's why I think it's bad. I want new Drake music, and I want his music to do well. I don't think his music or anybody's music could do the best to its ability without the label. It's an industry, it's baked in the cake. If you're not with Universal, Sony, or if you're not with motherfucking Warner, your music just won't get to the next legs. Right. I was explaining again to someone today. Let me give you the real analogy. A lot of this, that's why I keep saying industry, a lot of this music shit's almost like a Ponzi scheme. Okay? Check this out. Universal, they have leveraged their catalog so much for decades. They essentially own the stores. So let me give you an analogy, right? Imagine you own some fire-ass product. This is your product. I'm going to make it up. Your product could cut the lawn cut your hair and clean the bathroom. That's her product, whatever product that is, right? Fire, right? Everybody loves it. Cool. People see it on TikTok. People like, oh shit, that's that shit, blah, 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 blah. It's supposedly fire. Well, how do they get it? Well, they got to go to the store to go get it. Well, who owns the store? Well, partially Universal, Sony, and goddamn Warner. Now, at first, they're going to let that shit sit up there on a nice little front aisle. Okay, cool. Everybody talking about it on TikTok. Go get it. But then they're going to approach a person when it starts to get a little bit more traction and say, hey, listen, yeah, since we own the store and we own everything else and we could promote it a little bit better, how about we do a deal? How about we take your song, we're going to make it 10 times bigger, but we're going to do some things because we own the store that you can't do, right? I.e., instead of having it on that shelf that, yeah, people see it because of all this word of mouth promotion, we're going to put like this little kiosk that when people walk in the store, they can't avoid it. They got to walk around it or they got to directly interact with it. Even if it's a shitty product, they might be like, yo, we're going to just put a bundle with it. Every time people spend $25, they get $5 off your product. Basically, that's what I'm telling you. That's why you can't beat these labels. They control all the catalog. So I don't care how good your song is. You got your Jello ball and you got 60 million plays on your new song. Yeah, you could be independent, but what you just had is a lightning in a bottle. This label is going to tell you, we're going to not only make the song 3-4 times bigger than you could ever do by yourself, we're going to give you a whole career with it, and we're going to go fund it. I know people keep saying why sign to labels, but the cake is still baked the same damn way. Okay? This is why this is why Universal, Warner, and Sony, they're not in the business of trying to create DSPs. They're in the business of owning the catalog. If a company reserves the right to own 90% of the store, put it like this, and I'm gonna give you a Drake because I know people like, oh, Drake go independent. This is what happens. Say Drake gets a hot song. This is how it works when Drake's on Universal. When Drake gets a hot song, everybody move out the way. Drake got a hot song. No, you can't even drop, nigga. We don't even want to hear you right now. It's Drake's turn. Limit all new product to market because Drake, who is a priority of us, is making a shit ton of money. Okay? That's how it works. Priorities get the priority. Okay? Remember, you own the store. So now you tell everybody else trying to get their product, no. The first, second, and third shelf is all Drake. So, yeah, too bad for y'all. Y'all can't, right now it's Drake. He got to smash. It's God's plan. This is what happened when you're not with a major. Okay, say you're Jello Ball or whoever. You got a hot song. Your shit does get on the first shelf, but they try for a while to get you under the fold. Nah, come over here. Everybody try to get you. Once they realize that you're trying to be independent, all they do is flood their product and push your product just keeps getting pushed to the left. The entire music landscape is market share. These labels are powerful because of their catalog. And as much as Drake is an amazing streaming artist, the best streaming artist in streaming history, okay? The best streaming artist in streaming history, Universal, Sony, and Warner, they create talent. They have been in the business of creating talent. And when they now own the catalog, they leverage. This is why some of the things that Drake alleges is going to be a little bit bizarre. And I'm going to give an analytical perspective to it because that's what a label does. Hey, labels will do this. I'll give it on a media perspective. Yo, I'll give it okay. This actually happened at when I was at they call it Complex. Okay, Rock Nation leverages, I don't know, they'll leverage a big artist. I forgot what the big artist at the time was. But actually, I could do it even with Capitol. Capitol used to leverage the Migos, who was hot as fish grease at the time, and say, if y'all want this Migos interview, you got to go interview that person, that person, that person, that person, that person, that person. That's leverage. That's how the game goes, right? So these labels are all about leveraging, right? So this is why when Drake is gonna allege certain things like the company has leveraged its position to get this other song popular. I'm like, well, that's what a label does. Like labels, that's their whole game. This is why independent artists have a really hard time competing with major labels, because a major label will leverage their biggest artists for their smallest. Like, I'll even give you another example. Hopefully you guys are keeping up with me. We're going to get to the lawsuit. And by the way, I hope you understand. I'm trying to give you like a really layman's term explanation before we get into the weeds. When I was signed to Spotify, right? Again, I'm using different entities and different businesses and different business models to tell you when you're in an industry, this is how it goes. It was reported on The Verge. There's a Verge website article about it. I want to pull it up. I just want to give you the anecdote. It basically said that Spotify would leverage Joe Rogan to get everybody else ads at a higher rate. They would say, hey, if you want to buy ads at, I don't know, maybe $1 million for like 3 ad reads from Joe Rogan, you got to spend at least $500,000 on these other shows that are our priorities too. What does that mean? That one big artist was getting other people money and subsidizing the rest of the people, right? So Joe Rogan was helping subsidize the rest of the business. Now, again, what I'm trying to tell you is that when you're whether it's Spotify or podcasts to a certain extent, I wouldn't say they're nearly like labels, but when you're like labels, you get to damn near almost create the next thing. You get to limit also people who are independent who don't play the game. That's very, very important. It's always happened. This is not new. It's happened before Drake, and it's going to happen after Drake. So there's a few instances in the lawsuit that Drake is like shocked. It appears that he's like, whoa, why are you doing that? It's like, well, what did you think a label was? This is what a label does. So for the people who do think that Drake could go independent and get half of the results, you're wrong. Second of all, there are some things we're going to find out. Well, before I get to second of all, I give a slight critique. I hate this lawsuit. The lawsuit uses public information rather than Drake's private information that he has with his label. Yes, we understand that DJ Academics interviewed some guy who botted some streams for Kendrick. That's cited in the lawsuit. Funk Flex talked about payola that happens on radio. That's cited in the lawsuit. But what would have been more important is information that we probably wouldn't have known, which they omit like completely. I don't know if it's there, but they'll admit it. First of all, if the offending party is the label you're signed to or your priority, it shows nothing about Drake having any communication with his label saying, yo, you're promoting a song that's calling me a pedophile. It doesn't say anything, at least from what I read. I'm going to read it again in front of y'all, but yeah, I would like to see that. So when did you ever tell UMG, yo, you're promoting a song that's calling me a pedophile? Could you stop? Did you send them a cease and desist? That's normal. If we're going to file lawsuits, that's normal. Did you communicate with them that this is hurtful? Did you communicate with them after your house got shot at and you had to move your son out of your school, of his school? I think that was what he says. We're going to get to it. Did you communicate with that label to say, hey, did you communicate with them in Spotify to say, hey, you have my house as a cover art to this song and my house just got shot at? Stop. Because if none of those things or communications happen, it seems a lot like it's happening in post when really nothing could be done. I guess you could get money, but it then would lead the like-minded people who I see are a lot on Twitter who are saying, no, this lawsuit's only filed because you lost. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to see that where Drake maybe was telling them, hey, listen, hey, if you put out the song or if you keep marketing it this way, you're putting my life in danger. You're doing this, you're doing that. The lawsuit omits all of that. It doesn't show Drake talking to his label at all. Like, what the hell? Like, bro, you've made these guys billions of dollars. You've made $1 billion. How come you never tell them? Right? And I don't think that's a good thing. Anyway, we're gonna go through it all. First and foremost, again, the academy.blog, if you want to see all of these things.
Honestly, I just think that's because Drake would rather keep all of that private, because if he did have to expose what his label has been doing for him, then it would just make the whole lawsuit look stupid, because it's like, oh, so all the things that you're mad at them for doing for this man, they were doing for you. Interesting. And I'm sure that's all UMG's about to do, which, is just going to expose themselves. So I don't know. I think they're just going to make Drake have to prove all of this, like really prove that we bought it. That where are your actual receipts, not just some person that showed up on a stream and said, oh, I did this for Kendrick Lamar's team. Nah, either that, or find that nigga and bring him in, let him show us what he did, and then we can go from there. So hopefully this doesn't make Drake look even more stupid than he already does, but he's going through with this, and well, I guess we're just gonna have to watch and see. Ack is over there in shambles right now. He's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Biggest supporter in DJ Academics, aka Jerry from Tom and Jerry. Says he what you call it? He shouldn't go through with it. I'm sure he has a team of lawyers that looked into it and said, you know what, Drake, you got a great case.
Right.
The only way he would win that, he'd have to prove that the label had malicious intent to stop him from getting a better deal,
Yeah.
The only reason they do that is just to, I don't know, it don't really make no sense. Unless they really had problems beforehand, and now they seen what was going on, and they're like, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, it is what it is. Cause look, at the end of the day, look, this is what's happening, right? It's Radademics. Dwayne Pierre
Ratatouille, for real.
But yeah, no, I was saying this is what's happening. Drake is on a decline, right? Because of that battle. So his sales are on a decline. The demand for Drake is on a decline. So
the label's like, why should we pay you all that money
when your stock is low?
Right? But he's still the highest selling artist this year, though. I think, no?
He's on a decline.
So Kendrick sold more than Drake this year?
Streams? So. Probably more streams than Drake.
I do not think so.
Just off of that, not let
Let's
us
look
alone.
it up. Let's look it up. Look it up. Look it up. You gotta
Nah,
go to sounds.
Not Like Us is definitely beating
Siri,
Drake.
who has more streams this year, Kendrick or Drake? Drake has been getting more streams than Kendrick daily. Drake crowned Spotify's top artist of 2024.
What? That's crazy.
So I don't know, man.
Check the charts out from June. He's been on a decline.
Cause me, I'm not a hater, dog. Get your paper, you know what I'm saying? I could be like, yo, you should get less paper because he went through this battle. It was a good battle. It was good for the hip hop, but the whole slander thing, it could go both ways still. But PDF file is
Sensitive.
it's very sensitive, and it's a serious thing, you know. We talk about everything that was happening with Epstein and Weinstein, and you know, all this shit, these secret islands and all that, you know, child trafficking. There's a lot that goes with it.
Right.
So when you put it all into perspective, you're like, if I'm not that, I gotta fight back. Anybody will fight back. But because it's in a rap battle, it was during a rap battle where there's pretty much once you're in the arena, you know, it's like no holds barred, you know.
Yeah.
So you gotta expect some shit like that to, you know, especially if you got like weird some weird shit where you're hollering at younger girls on IG, this and that and the other, but it's like if there's no charges, then there's no charges. So I kind of understand his frustration. But you can't be so frustrated to where you're like you can't see the forest from the trees, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's rap. Now what if people are going around saying, yo, I want to beat Kendrick up because Drake told me he's a woman beater, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does he have grounds to sue? You know? You think he has grounds to sue on that accord? No. But at the same time, rap is rap. But you don't put that type of jacket on because that could get a man dumpy still. certain situations, right? Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, for the petty jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a sensitive topic, right? So it's understandable again for Drake to respond a certain way, but him as a top selling artist, a top selling hip hop rap artist, and all that, he should be able to clap back with something that's just as effective and piercing. You know what I mean? He should have something else to say, like, yo,
Yeah, it's true.
call me that. All right, I got something for you.
It's true.
He should have something in his bag that could cut just as deep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like, boy, you have nothing to say, bro? What, that pierced your heart? No.
Never in the history of hip hop or battle rap, the loser can sue.
Yeah, but it's like, there's $1 billion in the balance, bro. Because I'm sure if it was just a regular, Arsenal versus Loaded Lux or somebody,
Yeah.
that thing, but there's $1 billion in the balance, So you have to weigh the pros and cons too, Should I have went into this battle? $1 billion. Or maybe he is like, you know what? I need this battle to get out of my contract. But he didn't know it was going to be so bad. I don't know. I don't know. Because he kept egging him on to respond,
Yeah. That's a good observation too.
You know what I'm saying? Well, let me get into a thing. Because I want to get up out of this contract. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Weird to me. But in other news, Maino now, he responded back to Cam. And he's like, yo, that story that you told on your show didn't go quite like you said it did.
What story? Which one?
When you said Maino barked on Jim Jones or whatever.
Okay, when Cam told the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Maino cleared it up, So I want to just play that one real quick. We could chop it up. He said, I'm done with Jake. I'm about to go back and watch Trailer Park Boys. I'm done with Drake. Nah, y'all be back with Drake. If Drake wins that money or whatever, it's suit. Y'all be back. You know what I'm saying? Talk about Cry Me a River, man. But I wouldn't want somebody coming up to me and talking about A minor.
Everywhere he's going, you know, there's a
minor.
A minor. Everywhere the man
You
turns.
see, it's not gonna hit as hard at the Super Bowl because Jay-Z and Puff situation, you know. But it's gonna like still gonna be damaging. But I don't think they. You think they're gonna allow him to do it? Yeah, he should be able to do it.
Yeah, that song is fire, dog. Especially for competition wise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both teams.
Jay-Z,
competition wise, both teams are gonna go in with it. Everybody wants to say they're not like us when you're in competition. That's how you get it, you know what I mean? That's how you rally up the troops. You let them know, listen, they're not like us. Eh? We put in this work for how long? And we're gonna let them just come here and take that away from us? No, they're not like us. Remember that.
That's what he did there. Well, they're not like us. They're not like us. The whole stadium's gonna be singing that.
A minor.
So this is what Maino had to say about the whole thing. Angela Lee's lip service.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with but just trying to show a different side of things to you.
I respect it, but you know, and somebody's stealing my son.
And some things are truth and some things are not true.
Yeah.
And there's been some things said about you recently. Now, in the midst of all this Cameron, Jim Jones issues,
right?
Because I know you are really close. You are a lobby boy, you and Jim Jones. And Cameron said some things while making his popcorn about your relationship with Jim Jones and how it all started. So I want to get your side of things. Here's what Cameron said.
You ever wonder how you met Maino? Ask him how you met Maino. Maino gonna downplay because they cool now. He tried to press Maino one day because Maino first came out. He had a little record dissing the rappers. I don't know if he said his name. So Jim Plus see Maino one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Maino said, who the you talking to? Oh, you think I want to you want your mother mind? Now they the lobby boys. Every they do something to put pressure on you, you sit there and work it out. But when got a little genuine heart for you and all that, cool, that's the pattern.
All right, so what happened when
so the song he's talking about is a song that put me in the game. It was a song called Rumors, where I was talking about all the rumors in the industry. So just for clarity purposes, and the thing about that is that I mentioned him in the song. I ain't mentioned Jimmy. So early on, my Jimmy and my tension came from me mentioning Cam.
Okay.
So Jimmy didn't like me, so we would kind of see each other and kind of like, you know, have these, you know, maybe face fights. You understand? Nothing ever happened, right? So we were in Atlanta, you know, and we had a conversation. He didn't approach me and impress me and none of that. We had a conversation. It wasn't spectacular. Nobody swung. Nobody You know, I think from the thing is this: you could dislike a person from a distance because you think you don't like them,
Mhm.
right? But once we started to talk and we seen that we had things in common, we was cool from that point on. We've been way cooler than we was than we was off. You understand? Because we didn't know each other.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. So the thing is, so when you say that you gotta understand that his energy for me was for Cam.
Okay. Okay.
You understand?
Mhm.
So that it was for Cam. That was his energy for me. Like he, you know, he wasn't fond of me.
So it was kind of true, but exaggerated.
It wasn't the conversation didn't go like that. It
Okay,
wasn't
right.
a
There
yo,
was a
what's up
little
with
bit
all
of an
that. Nah.
issue, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as big
Right.
as
It wasn't.
okay.
It was definitely some tension there. It was definitely it needed to be addressed, and a conversation was had, and that happened in Atlanta.
How do you face fight? What is
You know, I mean, the face fight is like, you know, you looking, I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like
Ice grill.
yeah. So it was that.
Way up. Way up.
You don't can't want to put all these extra spins on things. Spin master or what? Master spinner.
Right. Hard to say, man. But Mano. What do you think? You think Mano's telling the truth or what?
Yeah, for sure. Because why would he have to lie? And at the same time, it's like, why would Cam say that? It's like he's trying to diss their project that they have together still. So even though the Lobby Boys is kind of outdated, they do it. You know, they have a project out together.
Okay, did you hear the project?
It's the Lobby Boys.
Did you hear it yourself? Did you listen to it?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, me neither. Something to look into still. Something to
Yeah,
look
but
into.
it ain't that bad, you know. It's their shit. But I don't even. I think it's doing numbers. It's numbers or whatever the case may be. But at least they have a project out together, right? So if Cameron says, "Oh, there was beefing, now they're cool," out of the Lobby Boys, it kind of makes it look kind of whack still. I don't think anyone's gonna listen to the Lobby Boys. Hey, sometimes artists just collab, you know, because they click up like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like they both kind of have similar
Like
styles.
The Styles P and the Dave East joints, they were nice. They weren't his best work, but they were nice, you know.
Right.
So sometimes rappers click up and they do their thing, you know.
No, but I feel like their styles would be nice together.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You know, they're both pretty straightforward with their approach. So, and they have different flows, but like it's kind of the same approach to their individual flows. Like
Yeah,
uh with the being straight to the punch. You know, they go straight to whatever they're trying to say. Like there's not much fancy words or special slang or coding. they get straight to work. Like give you the straight truth, no crookedness or no trying to beat around it. It goes straight to the punch. So
Yeah,
Michael look still.
give me
Both of them
that
have
that
unique voices too.
the street feel, you know.
Yeah.
I live in New York and we don't hear much of the live voice. I hear you on that. I hear you. I hear you on Well, Cameron just brought it up and then Mano cleared it up. And it is what it is, you know. Shit. Cameron be putting a lot of extras on the shit that he be saying. That's all. I noticed, you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that, but just yep. Feel you on that one. I believe Jim Jones more than Cam because Cam be lying a lot. So, you know,
Yeah.
be lying.
So you
I
saying
don't
he be
think,
like make shit sound good.
yeah, you know, just trying to put extras on it. Put this. It's kind of like Dame Dash in that aspect, you know. Dame be saying a lot of truths, but extras on
Puts a lot of extra on it too, just to make himself sound good. Yeah,
it. It's like
yeah.
Cam. How the BMF Jim Jones, run down Jim Jones, and you were there. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Exactly.
nah. Jim Jones was the capo. So how he go from Jomo the fan to the capo? You know, don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? That ain't real. He was crying out for fuck's sake. Yeah, because he probably went through a lot. Plus, he's one of those loyal dudes that don't get the recognition yet. So now he's getting it. And he's putting other rappers on and shit too, you know? I mean, the dip set should have been rolling with Cam as much as they roll with Jim. But it looks like the Jim is more out there with them in the field, and Cam is more out the way. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, but you act like you're not. You act like you know you're the most solid of all the solid.
I feel like Jim Jones probably had more quarterback qualities than Cam.
Yeah, but he got mad at Jim when Jimmy said, "I started the pink thing." That probably set Cam off. It's like I've been rocking pink this whole time and you saying that. Well, maybe Jimmy was mad because you know the camera with the pink fur and everything and the pink phone?
Yeah.
That picture was selling all over the place, like, you know. Jimmy's like, yo, I'm the real one that started wearing pink and all that. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably true, but who gives a shit who started wearing pink first? You know what I'm saying? And then just keep escalating into some bullshit. But we're gonna hear more music, I hope.
Oh, for sure. You already know.
Jimmy just came out with a second freestyle. You seen that? You heard the second freestyle?
Exactly. No, I didn't even hear it. The second one, though.
He dropped that shit. Like, okay. All right, Jimmy.
Dropped that today.
Yep.
Okay, six.
It's just out there. Y'all could go and look it up. I ain't gonna play it here because they might give me a copyright strike or whatnot. But yeah, man. You said to where I'm from the Bronx or Harlem. He said something like, I'm a legend in both boroughs. I'm so thorough. Something like that. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, Jimmy, talk your shit. Plus you one of those little, yeah. So my whole thing with that is these guys should just squash all the beef and come together and make music. Because Dipset was it's a good brand, you know? And I feel like it stood the test of time, as in where hip hop was heading and where it's going. So if they wanted to get a next generation of Dipset youngins, they could do it. Make their paper, you know? What do you think? You? Would you there? Or this guy wanted to hit the can, like. But yeah, man. So y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Should Drake get paid? Does he have a good case? Is Cam capping? Should the Dips get back together?
Jeez, that would be the lick, though.
No, it would be because at the end of the day, it's all because of Mace, this whole shit, you know? Because Mace was on his bullshit when he got his paper. And what do you expect? A young 21-year-old with $19 million? You know, do some wild shit. Means you get older, you get more paper or anything like that. But the thing about Macy's is an iffy character, you know. 'Cause, you know. Well, I think he knows what he's doing nowadays. Since he's a man of the cloth, you know. But back then, Mace, it was all over the place. That's why when Cam was saying, "Oh, he ran to Atlanta,"
Yeah.
when they're going through the spots in the streets, because Mace was going crazy with the paper, man. Then in Atlanta, he was going crazy too. So at some point, you gotta really reflect and look at yourself in the mirror and say, what can I do to change this situation for the better? You know what I'm saying? And that's what these brothers need to do. Some self-reflection, come to the table, put it down like they're supposed to, you know. And that's a snapper top. Jack, what you think about that? What you doing over there? Folding clothes, nigga? Are you watering your plants?
No, not even.
No, because I said, what do you think about that?
Which part?
I don't think you heard me.
No. Which part? Which part?
No. I'm just this whole, the whole Dipset situation.
It's it kind of sucks. Yo, honestly, it brings me back to the what do you call it? The verses, you know? They're
Who's
all out
Kim?
there on stage one time.
Jim Jones and Kim.
Say what?
Oh, Kim? He said Kim. You mean Cam? He said the smart thing for Jim Jones and Kim to get back together would be a great thing, but there's too much pride. I'm saying Kim? Well, he's talking about Cam. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
No, I feel you know. There's too much pride.
Yeah,
But you
that's too
see,
practical, eh?
Joel's needs some money, man. We should get back together. They have Joel's hang up there. No front teeth. Oh, I think he has his teeth now, right?
Man has dentures like fuck. Man's like 35 with dentures. What do you have all dentures for?
And letting Joel's go out there and drink syrup. It's kind of messed up still. They shouldn't have did that.
But yeah, it would be nice to see them back together still. I won't lie. I won't lie at
Yep.
all. Did you see
We're gonna see. Let's see what.
Wallow from Gillian Wallow sent the man them a message. Is that's pretty much what probably the whole Dipset needed to hear, but sent him a heartfelt message on why they should get back together and squash all their differences or whatever. It's just nice to because yeah. It's it's what it is, man. So it's all good for man them to have differences and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like
But yo, it all starts with the head, dog. Cameron's the head of the dish, bro.
yeah,
He's supposed to put his pride aside, get everybody back together, you know?
right.
You know? If the head is stubborn, then it's gonna mess up the whole shit.
Right.
Exactly. The verses with the locks was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was
Joel's and
nice.
Jim Jones set that up, you know? So oh, but they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure it out. And even if they don't really matter at the end of the day. And they air all their laundry. It's crazy. Yep, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But Cam gotta stop telling all these lies, man. Fabricating a little bit too much. Because if you're the head of the organization, you're supposed to be on some type of militant shit. Not just out there loose talking. You know what I'm saying? Like real loose. Airing out your differences on online at 50 years old. I mean, maybe they're doing it as a market employee. Or just to let air out their grievances, you know? Air out my grievances, man. When I first met Joe Mo, he invited me to his grandmother's house. Like, why are we going to Joe Mo's house? Cut it out. Cameron.
Right.
Lamron. What? You see where this is going. It's all about the money. Because once Mace and Cam make paper together, they're gonna go their separate ways. But they got a good thing going on right now, so salute to them. For me, I'm about to sign out because it's getting late. And tomorrow's another day. So salute to everybody out there, man. And what I like to say, the last things I like to say about all this is know what you get into before you get into it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, experience is your best teacher. And
Yep.
I agree.
WI, what do you think?
Facts. You gotta go through it to get to it. You know what I'm saying? And experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, man. Definitely. All right.
Another one is if you don't know, then you won't grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to know than not to grow. You know what I'm talking about? Straight up.
Facts. And knowing is half the battle. So it's your boy, Matt Mizzle. Catch me back here tomorrow. Same Mac time, same Mac channel. It's what y'all know my slogan. Keep it real in the field. Forget how they feel. You know what I'm talking about? We out. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.